This video is on question 35 of the 2012 TSA paper, and here we're asked which option best expresses the main conclusion of the argument. And this is the passage that we're given. So we're first told that surveys reveal that many people object to the idea of selling bodily organs for transplant. Some object on religious grounds, saying that the body is sacred, whereas others object on aesthetic grounds, finding the idea distasteful. But, says the author, the sale of bodily organs cannot be morally wrong. Everybody has the right to do what they want with their own private property. So that's the passage that we're given. And remember, in this type of question, where we're asked which option best expresses the main conclusion, we want to look out for solutions and reactions. We expect the answer to be whichever one of these pops up. And a good way to identify the solution or the reaction is to identify the problem or the issue that the writer is addressing. And here, the problem is identified in sentence 1. The problem is the idea of selling bodily organs for transplant. And you'll see that the writer doesn't propose a solution. They don't tell us what we should do. Rather, they give a reaction, namely, that the sale of bodily organs can't be morally wrong. So because we have a reaction and no solution, we expect the reaction to be the conclusion. So we're going to take a look at some options now, and we're looking for one which matches sentence 4 of the passage. So here are our options. Can you see one which matches what we've proposed as the conclusion? Well, it looks like option D matches it. D is saying exactly the same thing. The sale of bodily organs cannot be morally wrong. But let's quickly check the other options. Option A says that the body is sacred. And remember, this was a reason against the idea of selling bodily organs for transplant. So I put a reason symbol upside down here. It's actually a reason against the author's conclusion. So it's not going to be the conclusion itself. Option B says that everybody has a right to do what they want with their private property. Well, this is a reason why the sale of bodily organs for transplant isn't morally wrong, according to the author. So it's a reason, not the conclusion. What about option C? Option C says the public is strongly opposed to the sale of bodily organs for transplant. Now remember that in the passage, if we take a look back, the author says that surveys show that many people object to the idea. But the author doesn't say that the public is strongly opposed, that most people object to the idea. So option C is too strong. What about option E? Option E says that surveys show that many are opposed to the idea. Well, if we think back to the passage, we'll remember that this is just the problem that the writer is addressing. It's just a fact they set out at the beginning to set the scene. So nor is option E going to be the conclusion. Rather, the conclusion is the reaction, i.e. option D,